Finland in the
Yes.
Eurovision Song
Okay,
Contest
yeah.
2019. In case you don't know, they're going to do the same thing what they did last year. They selected an act internally, and they are going to present 3 songs, and then the juries and the televoters get to pick between those 3 songs. And the winner will, go to the Eurovision Song Contest in Tel Aviv. And the act that was chosen was Darude. And he has made a name, I think back in 2000 was this big Sandstorm. Everyone knows that song. And, I mean, it wouldn't
Even
be
I know it.
Yeah.
And I was 2.
And it's because it's like gamers use it all the time, and it's just such a famous song, but it wouldn't be right for Eurovision because there are no vocals in it, right? It's just music. So that wouldn't work. So Darude obviously cannot just go by himself because he's a DJ. So he obviously teamed up with Sebastian Rejman. He is providing the vocals for the songs. So they're going to release 1 song each week, and the first song they released was Release Me, funny enough.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this one and see if we like it or not, and if this would be a good choice for Eurovision. Granted, we don't see the competition, but let's talk this through. Roy, I'll let you go first. What was your first impression?
Look, Darude is good and all, but I think he is a bit behind in what is good in the EDM scene, electronic dance music for the people who don't know. This production sounds good for in like 2012, 2014 kind of. I think nowadays songs that are a bit better produced, they are a bit more diverse, they are a bit more wholesome. And I'm not sure if this will stand out as much, and I'll definitely need to see it live as well. I wasn't sold by it at all, and I'm kind of disappointed by it because once I saw the news of Darude, I immediately looked up some other songs from him, and I was actually kind of excited because he is kind of a childhood hero for me, and well, hero. I know his song Sandstorm very well, and yeah, kind of disappointed by it.
Yeah, and I felt similar to a certain extent. I don't think it's horrible by a stretch, right? I think it was very well produced, and
it's in the middle.
It's in the middle, and that is exactly.
Yeah.
It's like for me, if I would have to grade, would be from beginning to end, grade B, right? It's just right there where you'd want to have a little bit more something, a little bit more memorable, and with a hook. I'm worried that this could turn into a little bit of a Poland 2018. That was always the vibe I was getting. I feel as the hook was really missing to grab me. I like the idea of the song, right? There's EDM music, if it's done right. It's difficult to really put EDM music forward that will work live, like at Eurovision, because, you know, it's mostly just more like, you know, a club music or stuff that you listen on the radio or on CD. What year am I in? That was my concern. I don't know how this would really stand out at Eurovision, and I agree with you. It feels a few years too late.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And usually I don't mind retro feel, but when it comes to EDM music, that feels too outdated, I think. And other styles, that would work.
Yeah, EDM just goes really fast in the development of the genre, and if you have a song that already feels dated when you look at it from a Eurovision standpoint, then in the EDM scene, this is really, really dated. And, you know, it's not bad, but it's not going to stand out as much. So let's hope his next 2 songs are better.
Yes. What kind of music do you expect from the other? I mean, it's difficult to say what to expect. So you're just hoping something similar that he sent forward now, just bring it to the year 2019? Or what? Do you have any like vision of what he should send?
Well, I think when I saw him as an entry, I was like, he should send something that's really him. So that would be this one that's a bit in between. I think that he should have one song that is a bit more mellow towards the EDM scene, just a bit more chilled, a bit more relaxing, and then the other one should be a bit more outlandish, I think, and whichever one of them works best.
Yeah, it's very important to me. This has, of course, a nice beat and all of that stuff. It's fun to dance to. Like, I would enjoy this if it were to come on somewhere in the club, right?
Yeah.
But I do feel melodically, it doesn't grab you immediately, and that is very important, especially in Eurovision, where you basically only have one chance to really impress people. Unless you happen to qualify, you get to perform a second time, but you want to qualify in the first place, and there needs to be that memorable melody or something that makes it really stand out. And I'm just worried this song doesn't have it yet. I'm always thinking because Sarah Alto also sent 3 songs. Her first song was Monsters, and that was the one that ultimately won. Do you think putting this one forward could actually kind of skew things in favor of it because people know this one the longest, or you don't think that's going to make a difference?
Well, I think that was the case last year because I didn't think Monsters was the best choice, but that is last year. We were living in the past then. But I don't know. This one doesn't stand out as much as Monsters did. Monsters, when it came out, it like sent a shockwave into the bubble, and everybody was talking about Monsters and how it was good for the LGBTQ things and how amazing it was. And so it had a lot of talk about it in a good way. And I feel like I haven't really seen a lot about Darude, any talk at all.
Yeah, it's a little more mellow, the thing. People
it's not as much hype.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, Sarah came almost straight from the X Factor in the UK, so there was the big hype around. Then she was always the favorite in the Finnish national finals, where she always finished second. So there are different factors that come into play, but you're absolutely right. It's a little less, you know, hype around this one, but that's okay. Don't you always have to have the hype, because then it's going to be potentially overhyped, right? So here maybe he has less of a like, oh my god, I have to deliver. So we have to wait and see. Now, one question that came in is Blonde Boy BC. Do you think the bookies are overestimating Finland because of Darude's name? Do you think that could be a reason why he's maybe doing better in the betting odds than expected? Or
totally. That is a thing they do every year. If you have a big name, then it is likely that you're gonna get votes from the countries where you are known, and so it is logical for such odds for the bookies to give him higher placement in the odds, so that if people bet on it and then that they do get enough votes, then they might win because of that. And it makes sense that they put him higher that way.
Yeah. And Wayne Jury said, Darude said that the other 2 songs that are still coming up are more him. So I think that is very promising. So apparently he felt this one was not, so maybe he just got his personal least favorite out of the way, so he can focus on the other 2. So that is basically what is happening.
Maybe he sees this a bit more as a throwback to his old roots, and then the next 2 will be a bit more hip, like you said.
Yeah.